Hello, everyone. It's Darlene Corbett, the Unstuck expert. It's been a while since I have been on here. I go back and forth whether I should do this more regularly or not, and I have decided I'm going to because I love helping other people. Even if one or two people hear my message and they feel it's helped them in some form, then I feel I've done my job. Recently, I was on a podcast and the host asked me, "What do you want to do going forward? How do you want to proceed?" And I thought about it. I said, all the days of the rest of my life, which I have less chapters than I did on the other side of 50. I'm over 60. What I want to do is continue to help people feel and recognize their worth. I truly believe that. I truly want that because I think everybody has unique talents. So, for today's theme, I want to help you feel like you can get unstuck in this life. And I'm going to talk about this all week, how to feel unstuck in life. And one of the ways is by giving. I love giving. And so many of us that go in the helping professions do that for a reason, because we get some kind of reward by giving. So we give and someone else gets to experience something good, hopefully, something rewarding, something that recognizes their worth and helps them aspire to a greater level. And we get something out of it by getting to sheer pleasure helping another human being. There's nothing like it. So those of us that become therapists experience this often. Teachers are probably next to the therapist, I would say. The greatest rewards from being a teacher is probably comparable to that of a therapist. And you have other people in the helping profession, such as nurses, physicians, but I think teachers are probably the closest to us therapists. It's more of a calling versus a job, versus just even a profession. It's professional identity, but it's much greater. And I talk about all this because many of you cannot be therapists or teachers or choose not to be. So how might you get this similar experience? How might this help you get unstuck? Well, give it a try. Just give somebody something, hand them something. If something drops, pick it up and get a wonderful thank you, hopefully, from them. Let somebody go by that's driving in a car and hopefully they wave thank you. Or somebody that's walking by. I let a little boy go by the other day and he went, "Thank you." I thought his parents taught him well. And I felt good doing that. It's these simple acts of kindness, acts of giving that can help begin the process of getting unstuck. So you feel you can get unstuck in your life because nothing stays the same. Nothing stays permanent. We are not beings that are frozen for life. We can feel like we're frozen, certainly. We all get stuck, including me. We are not static. The world is constantly in flux. And I want to talk about this week. This is going to be the theme for this week. Looking and experiencing ways to get unstuck. But one of them, the greatest of all, well, one of the greatest is giving to another human being. Watching how it impacts them. And actually, you may not know right away. You may never know. That's the beauty and the not so beautiful aspect of it, because you don't always know. But you hope. You hope that by you giving that act of kindness, they will remember. So let's talk about some people that have given on a grand level. Well, those that made the ultimate sacrifice recently, that horrible bombing in Colorado, a shooting, should I say, that officer went immediately to help his fellow citizens, sadly giving his life. He made the ultimate sacrifice, probably not even thinking about it, leaving 7 children and his wife behind. But he thought immediately of others. Many people in our military do that. There's a man named Jared Monty. He's from Massachusetts. And I cried reading his story because he gave the ultimate sacrifice and received the Congressional Medal of Honor posthumously. I'm saying that word wrong, but But even before he did that, he was a man, I think he served in both Afghanistan and Iraq. He gave to his fellow military comrades. He was a single man, so he would give up his holiday to go home so that those who had families would go. That is just the greatest gift of all, of giving. How about people from long ago, since it's Women's History Month? How about Harriet Tubman? We've heard a lot about her because she may end up replacing Andrew Jackson on the $20 bill. Now, as much as I'm a traditionalist in many areas, I feel that there are many things that should be maintained so we never forget history, for good or for bad. Maintains the wrong word, but reminders, because those who forget history are condemned to repeat it. But Harriet deserves her place in the sun. She was a runaway slave. She escaped slavery. Then she could have sat on her laurels in the comfort and safety of her own freedom. No. What did she do? She went back 13 times, allegedly, 13 missions, and rescued at least 70 slaves. I wrote an article about this, a short story, just trying to get in her head a bit. It's only about 700 or 800 words. It's on Biz Catalyst 360. I entitled it Plucky because she was plucky. Plucky means courageous and valiant. I like the word because it's like, reminds me of feisty, only less utilized. Plucky. Well, maybe you can be plucky if you want to help someone, stand up for someone, go out of your way for someone. I am telling you, if you are having a bad day or a bad week or a bad month and you feel so stuck, so entrenched, begin to think about how you might help another human being or even animals if you feel you're in better company with them. Think about it. I cannot tell you how rewarded you will feel, how empowered you will feel, how inspired you will feel. And you will see by doing that single act, could be the smallest act of all, holding the door for someone. As I said, simple. How are you, as I've said before, to the person putting groceries on the counter, the person that sometimes feels invisible. Something simple, going out of your way, going the extra mile. You will begin to get unstuck. I promise you, you will. Why? It makes you feel better. It makes you feel just, wow, they appreciated that. Also, it gets you out of yourself because when we're stuck, we feel within ourselves. We go, oh, it's never going to change and nothing is going to change. It feels the same. Nothing is the same. And I have to remind myself sometimes, I've said to you. So how do you feel unstuck in life? This is one way of doing it. Watch what happens. And you may not know again. Sometimes it's the butterfly effect where your small action will impact someone at a later date in ways you may never know. But you will feel good by going out of your way. How about that? In the meantime, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. I hope to be your teacher as well as reminding you. I'm right along with you about constant learning. If you want to learn more about me, go to DarleneCorbett.com. You can see my blogs. I finally started putting all the articles I've written everywhere. Biz Catalyst 360. I believe I have some from Thrive Global. I've been doing mainly Biz Catalyst 360. I've done a lot on 60andMe also. I'll be putting them there weekly, maybe under a different title. Also, with that, they'll go on under my Amazon author on my Amazon page for my book, Stop Depriving the World of You. And that's what I want you to do, to remind yourself that you can get unstuck by resetting your mindset and stop depriving the world of you.